magic circle with a longer, we want a longer tail than that. Magic circle. Ta-da! We want it to be about that loose. Okay, so we will chain 1. And once I do the first chain, I'll hold on to that so that way it stays nice and big. I go 1, chain 2, 3, 4. So now I have my 3 here acting as my first double crochet, and here is the magic circle. Okay, so I have 1, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet. So I have my first 3 into my magic circle. Now I'll chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet 3 into your magic circle. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do that again. So we have our first little corner. So as I crochet, I'm going to be pushing, so I'm going to hold, so see how there's like the double yarn right here? I pinch my finger right there, so I'm also pinching the knot, and then I'm grabbing the stitches and pushing them all together so that way they're nice and tight. Then I'll crochet, or chain 3, double crochet 3 times into the magic circle. 1, 2, and as I keep getting closer to the knot, I keep pulling back on the stitches. Okay, so now we have 2 corners. Now we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and we have our tail here, and I'm just going to tuck it back and start crocheting into this single thread piece, or into the hole, but it's just a single thread, if that makes sense. 1. So this part, it will pull more and loosen because this is where the string is, or the tail is directly affecting it. So I'll do 3. Right? So see how it got like bigger as I was pulling on it? So now I'm going to go to the back, pinch my fingers right here over the knot, and then pull tight, and then, okay, now that it's nice and tight, I'm going to make our final corner. So chain 3, 2, 3, and now I'm going to take this and find, of the 3 chain that we did for our first double crochet, I'm going to insert the hook into that top chain, pull through the loop, and pull through the loop again to create a slip stitch. Okay? Now we're going to move on to row 2, but I'm going to use a different color to make it so that it's easier to see how the pattern works. Okay? Okay, so I have switched to blue color, so that way my stitches won't be as defined, but you'll be able to see how it changes. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and turn my work, and I think you always turn to the right. Nope, that's my left. Always turn to the left. So I'm gonna leave that alone. So now this counts as our first double crochet. So we need 3 double crochets. So I have 1, 2, 3. And because you're crocheting into the hole right here, you can like pull on the stitches to tighten them together like that. Okay? Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've just been crocheting into this hole, and now we've created our first new corner for the next round. The next part is not a corner, so instead of just directly double crocheting into the corner, we're going to chain 1. And now double crochet into that next corner, and we'll double crochet 3 times. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've just been crocheting into this hole, and now we've created our first new corner for the next round. The next part is not a corner, so instead of just directly double crocheting into the corner, we're going to chain 1. And now double crochet into that next corner, and we'll double crochet 3 times. Okay, so I didn't record that next part, but so I double crocheted 3, chain 3, double crocheted 3. So that's a new corner. Now we're at the point again where we're going to be going into the next corner, but before we can do that, we want to chain 1 and then double crochet 3 times into the next corner, chain 3, double crochet 3, chain 1, go into the next corner. So the reason that you want to leave a chain 1 is because on the next row, these chain 1s are going to have 3 double crochets inside it. If you don't do a chain 1, it gets crowded, and these ones are just more crowded than if you do. So like it'll look nice on the corners, and then it'll be crowded over. So we do the chain 1 so that we can fit 3 double crochet in here, and then we do chain 3 so that way we can fit 6 double crochet in here. Okay? And then I'm just going to keep going until I get to the very end. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops, my tail's getting in the way. Okay, 3, chain 1, double crochet into that next corner. Okay, so I just finished my last corner, so now you can kind of see how the granny square works. So this is our row 1, this is our row 2, and then I've gotten to the end of my last corner, so I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to find the first chain, or the third chain, first or third, whatever you want to call it, the top chain of my triple chain, or my technically first, quasi first, I don't know what you want to call it, but that stitch right there, okay? And then I will join them together to make the row and the the dark is not the best because I can't see it. So now I have switched to the white so that way we can make a more defined next row. I'm going to do chain 1, 2, 3, and turn my work. And I don't remember which way I turned it last time, but something that I learned recently is you should always turn it the same way. So once you finish a row, if you're going to turn it this way or if you're going to turn it this way. So I'm going to turn it towards my left because I think that's what I did last time. I could go back and just watch the videos and see, but I'm lazy. So we have our quasi first double crochet. And now we're in one of the middle spaces. So this means that we're going to be putting 3 double crochet into this middle space. So we have 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet. So now we have our first little chain. We'll chain, or our first little shell. That's what it's called. Anyway, chain 1. Because we need that space in order to get to the next corner. Then we'll make our corner. So we'll double crochet 1, 2, 3, chain 3, double crochet 3. Finish the corner. I'm going to chain 1, double crochet 3 times into the next space. 1, which is right there. 2, 3. And then chain 1 and make our next corner with 3 double crochet, 3 chain, 3 double crochet. Should bring my hands down lower so you can actually see what I'm doing. Alright, and so now you probably know what to do next. We finished our next corner. So we're going to chain 1 and then double crochet 3 times into that next middle space. If I can get the hook to pull through. There we go. 1. Okay, so I finished the row just about. I just have to finish connecting this piece here. So I have this. So you can see that the corners have a chain of 3, and then here is a chain of 1 and a chain of 1. So the reason that the corners have a chain of 3 is so that way you can fit all 6 plus the extra gap that's going to be created through that chain 3 into the corner. So now I'm going to go ahead and join here, slip into there, grab my other color, pull through, and do a slip knot, or slip stitch. Okay, I will chain 3 and turn. Okay, there's all these yarn threads everywhere, so it's a little bit confusing, but I finished that first shell, the first corner, and now I'm getting into this spot. So get out of here. Now that I finished the corner, chain 1 and double crochet 3 times into this spot, or into the next opening. 2, 3, chain 1, and then 3 double crochet into the next opening. 2, 3. Okay, so I finished that row because I think at this point you've got the stitches down and everything, and I think you've got the pattern down. Let me pull this loose. So if you're looking at this, the corner has 3, and then chain 1, chain 1, chain 1, 3, chain. And that's how the pattern goes. Each time you do a round, you'll have more of the single shells, and then and it just keeps building up like that, and so that's what you get.